Now the shooting season's over, it's time to think of ways that we can help our dogs get back to normal life, and us as well, get us back to normal life as well. If you've had a really full-on season, now's the time to either start reducing your dog's daily intake of food, so that it doesn't end up putting weight on very quick if it's not doing the same amount of exercise. Or your dog might have come out the season, maybe it's not in as good condition as it went into, and so you'll be looking for ways of supplementing that food and getting them back into a really good body score, really good condition again, lovely glossy coat. So they're the two things that we'd really be looking at in relation to getting your dog either keeping your dog trim or getting a bit more weight on your dog now the season's over. The other thing is in relation to the amount of exercise that you're doing with your dog. So if your dog's been working heavily over the season and it's used to doing, I don't know, 10 miles a day, where it's either beating or picking up, just stop the exercise suddenly will make it really difficult for your dog, not only physically but mentally as well. So keeping to long daily walks, long walks if you can, twice a day, just to keep them moving, and then gradually reduce it over a few weeks so that the dog doesn't go a bit stir crazy by not having enough to do. And then also doing things to keep your dog's brain active. So, playing find it games when you're on the walks, or just getting the dog to hunt when you're on walk, either for food or for a little dummy or a ball, will really help the brain as well. And then just keeping an eye on that condition, making sure that they haven't come out of the season with any sprains or strains. And if you have, then look to see a physio with your dog. Maybe they can give you some stretches, which will help going forward. And then just, a little bit of warming up with your dog before you're doing any retrieving, especially any long retrieves. Just get the dogs warmed up, get them moving left, moving right, not tight, just very gentle turns on your walk. Get everything warmed up before you start doing any hard exercise with them. And the weather's still really cold as well. We're great in the shooting season. We put coats on the dogs. We now put coats on the dogs when they're in between drives, or when they're in the car, when we're having our morning tea or having lunch, which is fantastic because we're looking after the muscles and aiding recovery. But then certainly where I am at the minute, it was really, really cold this morning. It was -3 on the walk. I make sure my dogs are well wrapped up for that walk, even though there is a bit of running around. Primarily, I'm walking them rather than training them. And so I want to make sure that their muscles are nice and warm, because it was cold for me, and at -3, and then you add in the wind factor as well, it's very cold for them. So you might not normally walk your dog in a coat, but if it is very cold, then pop a coat on your dog as well. So the main thing now with the shooting season over is to keep the dog in good condition, whether that's increasing their nutrition, increasing their daily allowance or reducing it, not dropping their exercise too quickly, because that won't be good for them physically or mentally. And then making sure that we look after those well-conditioned muscles, because they'll be really, really strong muscles as well. So make sure that we're looking after them in relation to not stopping exercise, and also in relation to keeping them warm for the rest of the winter.